guys, I'm ChezPride, and today we are making more fairies in The Sims 4. But this time, we are adding a rainbow theme into the mix, which I feel like honestly shouldn't be a surprise at this point. I feel like if there is a rainbow theme to be done in The Sims 4, I have done it or something very similar at this point. But sorry if it seemed like I took a short break on videos. I actually have been recording videos and working on Sim stuff off camera, but I just have been working on future videos because I actually was really stressed out after this weekend, and when I was able to finally record, I just kind of wanted to work on videos that I felt like working on and having fun doing it. And what I felt like working on just didn't line up with my video schedule. But I felt like after the weekend I had the right to work on whatever I wanted. So I did post about this on my Instagram story the day it happened. And after I post this video, the next post on my Instagram will be a photo dump that includes photos of all this, and I'll kind of be talking about it more on that post if you want to check it out there and actually see what I'm about to be talking about. And my Instagram is always linked in my bio or on my channel because I do post about my personal life on my Instagram, but I also post about whenever I post a video. So if you want to follow my Instagram, all of those are always linked. But basically, I had a really bad monthly at the end of the last week. So I was waiting till Sunday to record because I was just not going to be able to record till Sunday. So I set Sunday as the recording date to where I would catch back up and do a couple of fairy type videos and whatnot. So I went to go do that. And granted, it had been raining for 2 days straight at that point. But I went to go into my recording area, and under where the window to the outside is, there was just water everywhere, including where the litter box was. So I was like, oh, that's great. I better let the people I'm staying with know that there's water all in the floor in their basement. So as I'm showing them, we are facing the window looking into the backyard, and a huge tree, like this tree is taller than the house, been there my entire life, just split in half right in front of us, and half of it went towards the neighbor's fence, and the other half landed on the house. Thankfully, there weren't too many damages to the house or to the fence, but as you can probably guess, there is a huge mess, and there was lots of stress. So, granted to say, I didn't really get a chance to record to the next day, and that's when I recorded a future video that actually has nothing to do with fairies, and I will post that in the next week or two. And I actually worked on making the base for these fairies and all yesterday, but I ended up passing out before I could actually record the video like I am now because, narcolepsy and all. But today I'm going to get more fairy content done. There just obviously has been a lot going on, so sorry for that, but let's go ahead and focus on this video now and stop talking about my personal life because there is some reason always something going on in my personal life. So basically in this video, I want to make a family of rainbow themed fairies where the mom is completely rainbow themed and then each kid is themed after a different color of the rainbow. And I actually have decided to go with a gem theme for the kids. I'm honestly not sure how it led to that, but I kind of love it. And basically my idea here is that this rainbow fairy who always loved kids ended up adopting all these fairies as kids and raised them, and now they're teens, and each is themed after a different color with a matching gem. So we are going to make the kids first in rainbow order, and then the grand finale type deal will be making the rainbow fairy sim that is the mom. And yes, I am totally going to be doing custom rainbow wings. I'm super excited for it. So I did try to shorten the process of this by going ahead and naming all the fairies, giving them their traits, and randomizing a base I thought that we could work with and customize for that sim. And honestly, we're probably only going to do the everyday outfits just to kind of save time. But I have made 4 boys and 4 girls for us to make into the rainbow fairies. So even though I did all that prep, I feel like this is probably still going to be another one of my longer videos. So go ahead and get comfy and let's jump in by starting off with showing off the base sims and the names I have chosen for each sim. So as I'm introducing these sims and showing off the names and the gym themes that I've decided to go with each sim, I am just going to be showing the base for these fairies in their regular form. And then as we go into each individual fairy and do their fairy form and whatnot, I will be showing off their traits and aspirations and kind of talking about each fairy more. But I did want to just do a quick introduction to go over all the names and whatnot. So this is the Prism Fae family. So like I said, this is a rainbow themed family and this is going to be the mom. So the mom is going to be all rainbow themed and her name is Ray Prism Fae. Now, that's not a gym name. All the kids have gym names, but as far as the mom goes, I just named her Ray because, like, in my mind, rays of light go into prisms and form, like, streaks of rainbow and whatnot. So, it made sense that the mom of all of these rainbow gem fairies would be a ray of light. So, like, Ray. So, I don't know. And it also sounds like rainbow. So, I just thought it was cute. I really liked it. So that is our mom sim. So like I already talked about earlier, I'm going to be creating a total of 4 feminine fairy sims and 4 masculine fairy sims. And obviously the whole story is this mom adopted all these kids. So she's going to be one of the more feminine sims. But that leaves us with 7 children for the different rainbow gems. So as far as I'm concerned, to make it even, we should do 4 masculine sims and 3 feminine sims, and then the 4th feminine sim be the final rainbow sim. So to make it fair, since we're just going down the line in a rainbow order, I have went ahead and just done a masculine, feminine, back and forth pattern. So the first sim will be male, and then it'll be female, and then it'll go down the line until the last sim is the feminine rainbow sim. So as far as the children go, our first male sim is our red sim, and I named him after the gem Ruby. So this is Ruby. And then our orange themed sim is a female, and she is going to be named Amber. So probably going to go with like a burnt type orange maybe. I don't know. I'm also kind of thinking she may be cute. I don't know. I have lots of ideas for her. But then our yellow gem theme sim is Citrine. So this is Citrine, and he's going to be an interesting one. I'm just going to go ahead and show this now. He is having the glitch, you guys. The glitch that I showed in the other video, the face glitch, yeah, he's having it. He's having it. I thought it was maybe just adult fairy sims. I'm thinking it's male fairy sims. Not every male fairy sim, but it seems to, every time I'm having the face glitch, it's a male fairy sim. So we're just going to have to bear with the fact that he has the face glitch because it wouldn't let me go around it. Like, I tried to even delete the sim and bring it back, and every time this slot happened with this male fairy, it messed up his face. Even when I changed the face manually, it's still messed up. So that glitch is still happening. And then our green sim is a feminine green sim named Emerald. So, this is going to be the base for Emerald. And then for the teal or turquoise themed sim is going to be a male, and I named him Topaz. And yes, I'm including teal. Every time I do rainbow themed stuff, unless I'm just having to go with the basics, I always include teal, but that's also because teal is one of my favorite colors. So, and then we have the blue sim, who is going to be female. Honestly, I did randomize the bases, but I kind of stopped at her, not only because of her skin color, but look at her eyes. Like, isn't that the perfect color for a sim named Sapphire? So I had to go with her. Like, she was perfect. And then our purple sim is going to be the last child, and this is going to be Kunsight. And Kunsight, again, I feel like is going to be a very interesting sim. I'm very excited for this one. But that is the base for all our sims. Now let's get into actually making this sim, starting off with our red sim, Ruby. And honestly, I decided to go with the name Ruby, not so much because I like ruby gemstones. I mean, I do like ruby gemstones. Don't get me wrong. I have liked rubies since I was a child. I've always thought they were gorgeous. But the whole reason I decided to name him Ruby was because of the sim Sapphire. So Sapphire, I decided was going to be the name of the blue fairy, and that's kind of where the whole theme for the gems came from. I was like, oh, well, if I'm going to do Sapphire, I might as well name them all after gems. And of course, being a Steven Universe fan, I could not have a Sapphire without having a Ruby, even if it was a female and a male and not two females. So our red themed sim is named Ruby. And for some reason, I cannot make a red theme sim without them being either active, romantic, and or some kind of mean or evil. So this sim has no exception to that. So Ruby here is a disruptive fairy. I tried to use all three of the new traits at least once. I ended up using mystical twice, actually. But he has the disruptive trait because it's literally red, and it fits with the idea of what a red sim is in my head, apparently, and also active. And he has the bodybuilder aspirations. So I could see him being like on the football team or something to do with sports in high school or something. And this is the sim we're going to make first. So this is him in his regular form. I think he's having the face glitch too. It's not severe, but the face is slightly different. It's way more severe on the yellow sim. But like I said, these are just base for the sims, so we are going to change them a lot. But I'm going to start out just by going ahead and stripping off his clothes so we can just have a bare base. And honestly, the first thing I want to do is give him red eyes. Should I give him the blue eyes? I feel like I should use as many of the new fairy eyes as I can. And there's not like a red eye that doesn't have the blue in the back, which I don't love. But I also feel like these give evil, disruptive fairy eyes. You know what I mean? And I like the skin tone. I've already made a fairy with like straight up red skin, so I don't really want to do that again because I feel like I want to go with a darker, but maybe we could get like a more reddish skin tone. Like, I like the darkness of his skin, but I kind of want like a more red tone, like kind of like that maybe. Yeah, I think the warmer tones are probably the best we're going to go with. And I think that was what he originally had. I do like that. It's just more orange than red to me. This is more red. Like, it's slightly more purple, but it's more red to me. I think once I get rid of the purple in the wings, that'll help me. Because I'm seeing the purple in the wings, so I'm seeing it in the skin too. Let's go ahead and do the wings. Because that's what I'm obviously most excited for. So these wings I don't feel like fit the vibe. Now, obviously we can change the color in any of the wings. But I want to pick out a wing that fits the right vibe. I feel like that if I remember correctly, is that what I used for? No, I don't think that's what I used for my other red fairy. I don't want to use the exact same thing I used for my red fairy, but we could use these and change the blue to like a dark red, and then change this to like a bright red instead of the yellow. I kind of like that. I feel like that goes with the vibes I'm trying to go with here. Also, what goes with the vibes I'm trying to go with here would be the new fairy teeth. I have to give at least one of the Sims the new fairy teeth, and I feel like he is very appropriate for that. And also, let's give him some of the new ears. I feel like these, but just slide them back a little bit. Just like that, maybe. I do like the short hair on him, but maybe we go with a different short hair. So let's look in the short hair category and see what we got. I mean, that is kind of fairy-esque. It's from the Seasons pack, but I'm totally not doing any limitations on packs here. So that could work. That's not really the vibe. I kind of like the whole up vibe. You know what I mean? Like kind of like up and high. We could also go with red hair and I like the spikiness. Ooh, that kind of gives fire vibes. Okay, let's go with this. Unless we want to go with the life and death hair. No. We're going with this. I like this. I do want to make the ears a little bit smaller if the hair is going to be that high and tight, though. Maybe we can shrink the head shape just a little bit. I want to make the forehead seem slightly smaller. I think maybe like making the head skinnier also would be a vibe. Yeah, I think that helps. I think once we get the correct eyebrows, it'll help everything. I know bushy eyebrows are in, but I'm still not a fan. I don't know, maybe because I was forced to tweeze my eyebrows growing up by my sister. It's just been like piled in my head. But I'm trying to use thicker eyebrows more recently, but like those, I can't. We got to go no eyebrows. But that's kind of scary vibes. That's kind of a scary vibe. Okay, so we're going to go with those eyebrows, but maybe drag them out a little bit. They need to be a little bit longer and dip in a little bit more. I kind of like the idea of them being like really arched. That kind of gives like disruptive fairy vibes, right? Oh, there we go. So we can do that. Also, I think I want to make the lips not too much bigger, but a little bigger. Just a little bigger. Give him a little bit of frumption. For what? How would you say that? Flumptionist? I don't know. But he does need eyelashes. That is going to be a must. He doesn't have to have girly eyelashes, but he has to have eyelashes. I wouldn't hate him having the red eyelashes. But do we give him a bottom lash? Is that too girly? I think it's weird with his eyes, but he needs a top lash because it looks weird with no lashes. And then, honestly, I kind of want to give him, not really makeup, but I wouldn't mind giving him, like, the glowy type situation. The Love Struck makeup we could go with, like, something that kind of makes his skin glow, like highlighter or whatnot. And this kind of brings the redness out while making him glow. I don't hate that. I do hate his lip color, though. So I want to find a lip color that maybe kind of looks natural-ish. I don't know, something like that. This is glossy, isn't it? Yeah, I can't use a gloss. Glossy doesn't really work for neutral lips, but I don't want to go like super like obvious lipstick like that. Like that's well, honestly, with his red hair, that could pass for a natural lip color as a fairy. I think that matches his hair, so I think that could work. That wouldn't pass for natural lips as a regular sim, but as a fairy sim, I feel like that could work. And honestly, I kind of want to give him earrings, because I haven't really experimented with the earrings that go up the ear with the pointiness. And I'm feeling like we should go all out. I have a particular one in mind. Is probably not under the masculine category. The Wedding Stories. It has a red. Well, that's more. This is red. Okay. So we could go like this. That's actually really cool. I don't know why I like that on him, but I do like that on him. So maybe we'll go with that. We could also pair it with one of the new head decorations. Do we give him horns? Why do I like the horns? Wait, hold on. I was going to joke, what if we give him horns? But I kind of like the horns. Oh no. I've decided I'm going to give him the horns back. Maybe, do we give him a natural or do we go with like dark? I feel like we need to add some black in here. So maybe we go with that. Oh, now I feel like he has to have a little bit of eye makeup. Oh yeah, that kind of brings the darkness out. Okay, hold on. I like that, especially with the red eyelashes. Okay, I take it back. We're putting in a little bit of eye makeup on him. I know I gave my last red fairy horns, but I think it's too good to pass up, especially with this headpiece. I think it's too good to pass up. Maybe we could also put like a choker type situation on him. I feel like I used that one with the other red fairy I made. We could do, I think this kind of matches his headpiece here. Honestly, it matches really well. And now we gotta give him a outfit. So I feel like obviously he has to have a red outfit. So let's see what we have as far as red shirts. Do we go like normal clothes? Or do we go fairy-esque? I feel like he kind of almost has to be fairy-esque. And it doesn't necessarily have to use the fairy pack. But like fairy vibes. Like we could use like the vampire shirt. That's kind of fancy evil fairy, right? I mean, I know he's supposed to be athletic and a teen. But I don't know. Maybe I made him a little too fancy. But I'm kind of digging it. We could go with the fairy pants. That's not really red. That's more pink. This is the vampire pants. That has a little bit of that fire tone in it. We also have these red pants for the vampires, which honestly may be the more fitting ones. But maybe we bring in a little bit of the teenness by doing like sneakers or something. Like he's athletic. He wants to be able to run around. So let's maybe throw on some red sneakers. We could do these. That kind of screams alternative teen. Honestly, I was going to do that as a joke at first because I was going to go with these, but I kind of like these better. And I think with that is going to be our sim Ruby. So this is him in his fairy form, and this is him in just his regular form. So that is Ruby, and then our next sim is our orange sim, which is Amber, which she is probably completely going to change because she's a cute sim base-wise, but this outfit does not fit her personality whatsoever. So as far as her aspiration goes, she wants to be an extreme sports enthusiast. So basically, she wants to climb to the top of Mount Komorebi. Honestly, as a fairy, I feel like she should be able to just fly. But, you know, that's not how the Sims 4 works. But to go with that, she has the adventurous trait. Honestly, I just gave this to her because it has the orange helmet. And that's kind of where all of this came from. And then I made her outgoing because I feel like she would be an outgoing sim being an orange fairy. So this is the base we are working with. But like I said, I am immediately taking off all of this. And honestly, since she's going to be like an extreme sports enthusiast, maybe she can be a little bit muscular. I don't mind her having a little bit of curve to her. Like honestly, she looks pretty average, but I want her to like secretly be muscular. Maybe like have some broad short shoulders. Maybe a smaller chest. I kind of like the idea of her having a smaller chest. Maybe not so broad shoulders. Like that maybe? I feel like that's good. Alright. But the hair's got to go. I will go ahead and change it to orange. But the hair's got to go. And honestly, we got to adjust the face some. Starting with the eyebrows. The eyebrows are just kind of getting to me. Maybe like just like those. I do like the eyes, but I'm going to change the eye color to one of the new orange colors. This one's more orange, and I've already used these. I might use these on the yellow sim. So I'll use these on the orange sim. And honestly, I like her eye shape. I just think her chin needs adjusting. So maybe let's randomize her jaw until we get a better jaw. That's actually pretty decent. Maybe shrink the chin a little bit. And I don't hate the lips. I just kind of wish they were slightly wider lengthwise and then maybe shrink the size of the bottom lip itself. That's cute. I'm not a big fan of the nose though. I kind of want to, yeah, that's a better nose. Alright, also, I feel like she wouldn't have much makeup because she'd be very sporty, but again, I can't make Sims without eyelashes now. Like, it's just a thing now. Like, it's just kind of a thing. So maybe, like, these eyelashes, but we could do them in, like, brown because she's gonna have more of a natural look. We could also do a little bit of eyeshadow. Like, maybe just, like, a little bit of, like, natural brown just to hide the darkness of her eyes. I guess it kind of emphasizes it, but it looks better this way. Honestly, everything else kind of works. Maybe she can have a slightly natural lip. I mean, for a fairy, we gotta think, like, fairies look kind of shiny and glittery sometimes, so her having a little bit of shininess to her lips honestly wouldn't matter, but I feel like that tone works really well with her skin. And I honestly kind of like her skin. Like, it gives orangey vibes. So I'm thinking we stick with it. We do need to give her some cute ears. I kind of want to give her, like, just the ears we've already had. Don't these look cute and dainty on her? I don't know. I think it's really cute. And honestly, I have a Pacific hair in mind. I do have a Pacific hair in mind. This one. Cute, but, like, kind of athletic type vibes. I don't know. I love this hair. I'm obsessed with this hair. It's from For Rent. That's what it's from. But it shows off the ears too. So I think that's super cute. Alright. So we're going to go with that for her look. Now let's see. Did her makeup transfer over? Okay. Her makeup, the eyeshadow didn't transfer over. And the eyes. It is not only just the boys. It's the female Sims too. Like, that's so annoying. Like, as you can see, like, the face is different. The nose didn't change over either. And the whole face is, like, locked. So it should have changed over. I think that's the nose I chose. When I change her eyes, it doesn't matter what I change them to on either form. They're going to be glitched either way. I'm going to add her eye makeup back. I think it was this one. Oh, it's on. It's just not showing because of the eye glitch. That was so annoying. We have to go with a different eye makeup for her fairy form because, like, half the eyeshadows aren't showing up. I guess we can go with that with her fairy form. It shows up a little bit better. I don't like the face glitch. I really hope they address that soon. Like, at least tell us what's going on with that. But honestly, as far as wings go, these are kind of perfect. Like, I don't think these need much tweaking at all, really. Like, honestly, add a little bit more orange. Make that orangey. We can make this red a little bit lighter. Honestly, that kind of gives orange vibes. Should we change, like, maybe more accents of yellow? More orange as the base color? I kind of like that. That's the right combination right there. I like that as the combination. So let's go with that as her wings. And she's sporty, so I don't think she would dress very girly. Let's just look at what we have for orange tops, because I'm going to try to, like, kind of match the orange tone to her wings. Even that's kind of cute, especially for a teenage sim. Like, I feel like that makes sense. Like, I make a lot of adult sims. I always forget, like, teenagers, especially with them looking so similar. I feel like I kind of forget that, you know, they don't dress exactly as adultish as I sometimes make them seem. Maybe since she's going to be in high school and she's kind of sporty, she could be like a cheerleader. Like, not like a girly cheerleader, but like the type of cheerleader she wanted to do something athletic, but the sports team didn't want her to do normal sports. I don't know. I feel like that could be a cute story, but maybe she would refuse to wear the skirt and she would wear like something sporty that's orange that kind of goes with it. I mean, that's also an option. I don't know if that's the option I want to go with. I'm trying to match the orange color. Like, that's too bright. I mean, that's an option. The fanny pack honestly kind of gives fairy vibes. I normally don't like the texture of these shorts, but I kind of don't mind it with this outfit. And then we could give her some like orange sneakers. Maybe we will go with boots. Do we have a boot that is fitting? What about these boots? They don't exactly come in orange, but they come in brown. Maybe those. Let's also see what we have. We have these. I don't feel like that's the vibe though. That could be the vibe. I did want a slightly taller one. What about these horse branch? I don't know if I love those. Well, they're kind of cute. I could see her wearing these with like some medium socks. Not like these. These are too tall. Those are the right height. Okay, so let's go with those to go with those shoes. Honestly, I think that's kind of cute. It's an orangey, adventurous high school fae. Okay, so that is our orange sim. So this is what she looks like in her fae form. This is what she looks like in her normal form. Way cuter in her normal form, but, you know, I like the wings in her fairy form. And then the next sim we have to go with is our yellow sim, which is Citrine. I have the feeling he is going to be the most two-faced sim, not only because he has the face glitch, because his personality is that he wants to be a world famous celebrity. So he kind of has like fake preppy boy vibes going for him, and his traits is that he's romantic, but he's also secretly superly socially awkward. So like he pretends to be all cool and like with the crowd, but really he has like a really hard time fitting in, which is why he wants to be famous. I don't know. That's the kind of vibe we're going for him, and he is going to be very yellow themed. So let's go ahead and strip off this outfit because this is not the vibe. Honestly, I kind of feel like his body shape is kind of fitting. Like, wanna be muscular, but kind of just lanky and awkward. I don't know. I like it. I think I'm going to give him, like, bright yellow hair. I feel like that's the vibe. Maybe medium or short. I mean, that's literally from the Get Famous pack, but I don't know if I want to do that one. I mean, that kind of screams like preppy boy vibes. I don't know. I kind of like it. I feel like he would have like super tiny ears that were like not noticeable because he would like want to hide his ears. I don't know. I don't like the nose that much. Like, I don't mind him having a bigger nose, just not that one. Maybe this one. That one's kind of, if we bring it out, shrink the little knot, bring the point out. That kind of gives fairy vibes. Maybe it's a little too big that way, but we can shrink it. Yeah, that kind of gives fairy vibes. And I don't hate the big lips. I just wish they weren't quite as big. I just feel like they could be slightly smaller. I don't know. I feel like that's a little more fitting. And then, like I said, I was going to give the yellow sim these eyes. So we can go with those eyes for him. And honestly, I feel like, this is going to sound weird, but I feel like he would have the dentures. Because or we could give him the gold teeth with him being, is that too much? Like, that is from Get Famous. Maybe we give him, like, the lighter gold teeth. I was going to say we could give him dentures and have him have, like, super white, bright teeth. But I kind of like the idea of him having a grill. I don't know. I feel like he might have a grill. Okay, so we're going to give him those teeth. Honestly, the eyebrows are fine. I almost feel like he would have just like a slight 5 o'clock shadow. Yeah, let's go with a slight 5 o'clock shadow. We gotta go into his fairy form, which his face is all weird on. At least his nose transferred over this time. At least I think it did. Did it transfer over? Yeah, it did. The lips didn't completely transfer over. I feel like the lips were like that more. Okay, well, that's the best we can get. Oh my god, the eyebrows are different too. I didn't change the eyebrows. It's just yeah, they're literally different eyebrows. I don't like this. Like, if he's linked, they should be the same. I like his eyebrows that he has in his other form. I do like those, though, with this face. Did it change on this face? when I changed them here. No, are those the same? I think these are actually different. That's so weird. I don't like that. I hope they fix that. I hope that's not a glitch that sticks around. Okay. But let's go ahead. I'm going to take off his shirt and shoes because for some reason that didn't transfer over. And we are going to do his wings. I already used these wings on another sim or the bigger version. So maybe we try to go with a different pair of wings for him. I feel like he would have like big, gorgeous wings. We could change this rainbow vibe to to yellow vibes. So we could do like different shades of yellows. And they're kind of shiny. I don't know. Yellow and shiny kind of go together for me. These can be his man charming wings. Oh, okay. And then he's romantic, socially awkward, and wants to be a world famous celebrity. So I feel like he would go with like gold vibes. I'm not going to make him sporty. Even though that kind of fits the like want to be famous vibes. Because we already made her sporty. And Ruby literally has the active trait, even though he's a little bit more fancy looking. Oh my god, we could make him... No. Okay. This is kind of the vibe, but I don't like the black. Maybe something like this is cute. That's kind of like preppy, famous vibes. I kind of like that. Ooh, what? I wonder if the new pants we got has a good yellow swatch that isn't these. Because those aren't the vibe I was going for. I mean, these are kind of the vibe I was going for. It has rainbow accents on it. Okay, that kind of works. And then we can give him a yellow shoe. So let's go ahead and go with yellow and see what we got for our options. Honestly, these kind of give famous sim vibes. And honestly, he would have bigger feet. I don't know. I kind of like that. Maybe he has also a like gold watch. I don't know. I feel like he would have like a gold Rolex to go with his gold teeth. Should we give him a chain? That one has a ring. Maybe with him being romantic, he wears a ring around his neck. I don't know. I feel like that's fitting. I like that for him. So that is our yellow fairy sim in his fairy form and in his normal form. Next, for our green fairy, we have Emerald. So Emerald, she just has the fairy aspiration, like nothing too exciting. She's the only team that has the fairy aspiration because I feel like she was very focused on being like a plant sim. I know I've made a couple of like plant fairy sims now, but I feel like she would be jealous of plant sims for being plant sims and try to be a plant sim as much as she could because she is a plant sim, or she is a plant lover and jealous for her traits. And I'm not going to give her green skin, but I will give her green eyes. So let's start with doing that. Maybe I'll give her green hair too. I feel like she would dye her hair green. Maybe because she wants to be a plant sim, she got the flower eyes. Do we give her the green eyes or the flower eyes? I don't know. Maybe we go with the green eyes, but we do like super big pupils, like totally fairy-esque vibes. We could go with like really big eyes too. Like maybe she just has like really wide, big eyes in general, like very fairy vibes. I like that. Big, floofy eyelashes from Love Struck. And then I like the hair she has, honestly. But like I said, I'm probably going to make it green. So let me go ahead and switch it to green so I can see what her eyebrows look like with the green swatch. Honestly, these faded ones are kind of cute on her. I kind of like these shaped. I don't use these very often. I feel like these are meant for a particular types of sims. But I feel like she's that type of sim. Since she doesn't have green skin, I feel like she would try to put as much green on her as she could with makeup. I feel like I've used this already, but it's so fitting for her. Yeah, I was going to go and do the green lips from the Realm of Magic because I think that's very fitting. Okay, let's go with that. And then we can put the green cut blush, like cuts contours and colors. And then should we give her full on face makeup? Like, I mean, we're trying to make her be very green. So we could. Ooh, I haven't used this yet. I've been using this a lot, which does give plant vibes, but this is also really pretty. I haven't actually used this yet. So maybe let's go with this. But I do want to give her pointy ears. It doesn't want me to put her hair back. Okay, put it to this hair just for a second so I can choose the ears. I don't know if we want little or big ears for her. I feel like she have little ears. And then put her hair back to this. Okay. Not that it matters because we're not going to really see it, but it's fine. This is fine. All right, but let's take off this outfit. Let's go to her wings. Take off the shoes because it randomly just generates that. Okay, but honestly, we have to go with very planty wings. But I don't want pink in them. A lot of the planty wings that are green have like pink mixed in them. And I just want like green. I know we can just change the color, but let's see. We can do like this. Maybe instead of black, we go with dark green and dark green accents. I kind of like that. That's very much giving me plant sim vibes. Maybe this green goes a little darker. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay, that'll be her wing situation. And honestly, I'm kind of wanting to try out this. I thought this outfit was so cute, but I haven't really found a sim to use it on. And I think this swatch on her looks so cute. It has a lot of white in it, which isn't exactly the vibe I was going with, but I kind of love it. Wait, do these have a green swatch? Not the right green. Do we have green sandals? Oh yeah, we literally have the sandals from the pack. I mean, I like them in the dark green on her. That kind of brings in her dark green hair. Hold up, I kind of like this. I kind of like this. And maybe, okay, this is going to be weird, but maybe since she's like a plant sim, we could give her the nails from the ward event, which by the way got extended to, I believe, September 2nd or something, somewhere in September. So if you haven't done the Nature's Calling event, it's actually now available again. And you can get these nails with it so she can have like dirty nails. I don't know. I kind of like that. I feel like, should we go short or long? Short or long? Short, but just with the nails dirty at the tips. I don't know. I feel like that shows that she's been like digging in the dirt. That is what we are going to go with for our sim Emerald. So this is her fairy form, and this is her regular form. Oh my god, her nails didn't come over. Why? I just spent so much time looking for those. And they're at the bottom. So that's Emerald. And then the next sim we have is our teal sim. I feel like we're going to have to tweak. Like, it gives kind of Cosmo vibes, but not in a good way. But this is Topaz, and he is a total love bug. So he has the love bug trait. He also has the mystical trait, because I wanted to give at least one of the kids the mystical trait. I gave the mom the mystical trait because I thought that was fitting for a rainbow fairy, but I also gave it to him. So he's mystical and a love bug, and he just wants to find his soulmate. He's kind of a lot. Like, I feel like he would be that sim once he got attached to you. He'd be very needy, but he means well. That's the vibe we're going with for this sim. So let's go ahead, and the first thing I want to do, I know like the face needs adjusting, but I want to give him teal hair, and I want to figure out the hair first. I don't feel like that any of the new hairs work for him really. I don't mind him having like medium hair. I think the medium hair is kind of pretty on him. I just don't know which one. Honestly, this is kind of cute. It's a pulled back look, but I think it's still cute. It's still medium hair, technically. The eyebrows gotta go. I think the eyebrows... No, let's choose the eyes first. So, obviously, we gotta go with the pretty new teal eyes. But maybe I just randomized the shape until I get a shape I like. Okay, I kind of like these, but like, what if we move them down and then give them the teal swatch? Honestly, I think with some lashes, that would be really cute. Well, let me put an eyelash on them. Let's put an eyelash on them, just the top lash. Oh, that's actually really cute. Oh, that's really cute. Okay, the eyebrows do have to change, though. Oh, those are cute. Coming a very feminine sim, but I don't hate it. Did that nose change over? Let's check now. Okay, it did change over, but it's just glitched. Like, his face is glitched. It seems like the more I adjust the face, the more the face glitches out. And I don't like that. Ooh, what if we give him, like, pouty lips? I feel like pouty lips fits his vibes. I love his jawline, too. Like, it's a very snatched jawline. Maybe he has, like, some cute... Should we give him the new ear? I kind of like the new ears. Like, I kind of like him having big ears. I know I've been, like, mainly doing smaller ears, but honestly, the bigger ears on him is kind of cute. Like, he's a mystical. He could have, like, an earring. I don't know. I kind of like these. And they have, like, a teal swatch. But now we gotta do his wings. So, let's go ahead. And honestly, the color of his wings are really fitting. I don't know if I love the shape of them, though. I like the color, and it's not the biggest fan of the shape for him. Ooh, honestly, these are kind of perfect. Hold up. Change the green to, like, a darker and lighter teal. I really like that. Maybe change this to even lighter. That's pretty. I'm going with that. All right, but these clothes are not the vibe. Maybe he has more of an actual fairy look. So we could not... I don't think he could pull off this skirt. He is in high school. I don't want him to be bullied too much. But what if we went with, like, these pants? A teal shirt that goes with it. Like, honestly, the vibes don't have to be fairy necessarily, but I want the color to match, like, pretty spot on. Like, we could go with something like that. Okay, I'm really debating between this shirt and this shirt. This shirt matches the color pretty much perfectly, and it does scream kind of high school vibes, but this, like, the color is slightly off. It's a little more green, but we do have this color in our wings, and the brown goes with the brown here, and I feel like this shirt matched with these pants actually is a surprisingly fitting look. Like, I feel like it kind of goes together. Like, what if we did this and did, like, some brown sandals? Maybe not the ones that came with the pack because they'd be a little too high, but we could do some kind of brown sandal. Ooh, we also have the ones from the reward. We're already using the ones from the reward, like, stuff from the reward anyways with this family, so we might as well use the shoes. So this is Topaz in his fairy form and his regular form. Honestly, the shirt and the pants don't go so well together when the wings aren't there, but I've already decided, so I'm not going back. So our next sim is our blue sim, the sim that inspired the gym theme altogether, Sapphire. And Sapphire wants to not be a fairy. She wants to be a mermaid. Her dream is to move to the beach and live her life as if she was a mermaid. But, of course, she's a fairy, so she can't necessarily be a mermaid, but she can move to the beach and pretend to be one. And yes, this dress was kind of the inspiration, even though we're going to change the dress because this is teal, not blue. But she's going to have a blue theme. But obviously her aspiration is she wants to have the beach life. She is a child of the ocean, and she's also a music lover. I thought she could be a musical fairy. The very first thing is change her hair to blue because I want her hair to match her eyes. And honestly, I know we've been doing the wings and stuff first, but real quick, I just want to check. Does this have a blue swatch? It does have a blue swatch. We're going with this. We're doing her outfit first. We're doing her outfit and her face before her wings. Sorry about it. Honestly, I really like this sim as she is, but I do want to tweak her face ever so slightly. Should we keep her this pale? Like, I kind of like the blue and pale contrast, but at the same time, she wants to live on the beach and be a mermaid. Should I give her more tan skin? I could also give her blue skin because, you know, there are blue mermaids, and we haven't really done a fun skin color yet, but I've already done a blue skin sim with blue skin. Maybe she could have like grayish blue skin. That kind of gives mermaid vibes. And that makes her lips a pretty color. Let's go ahead and give her some makeup. So I think she needs the blue eyelashes. Like, I feel like the blue eyelashes are a vibe for her. I was going to say we could give her like mermaid eyes because we have these, but I feel like the blue eyes were the whole inspiration behind her. I do want to make her pupils ever so bigger. Not too much bigger. Not like her sisters, or her brothers, but maybe like that. Honestly, her nose and her lips are fine. I do want to give her cute ears that kind of stick out on her, so maybe like that. I want to kind of see if there's any other hairs that I like better, but I really like the fluffiness of that. But this hair goes so well with the beach vibes I'm going with, like with the teal tips. Like, I feel like several of these are fitting for her. This is an oldie but a goodie. We also have this. We're trying to... I feel like the hair she originally had, like the error that hair is from is the right vibe, honestly. I just don't like with this one that you can't see your ears, but maybe that's good because maybe she want to like hide her ears as well as she could. And I don't feel like she would wear much makeup, but I feel like maybe she would have some blue eyeshadow to kind of tie in the whole blue look of her. We could go with this. I mean, that's fairy makeup literally, but I kind of like it on her. And maybe we can do a little bit of the bright face, or we could make her shiny. You know, instead of doing this, I think we're gonna give her the shiny skin detail. Yeah, that kind of gives water vibes. I like that. And honestly, we're already using the pointy fairy teeth. Maybe we use like the messed up teeth on her. I don't know. I just think like that's cute on her. And we already have her dress. We do need to do her wings, and then I'll do her shoes. Oh, the tiny wings are kind of adorable on her though, because she doesn't want wings. Okay, but change it to like blue. So change the greens to blue, more blue tones. I don't like the fact that like the green doesn't really go away. I do like those wings on her. I think those are really cute. And honestly, I do kind of want to... I normally try not to change my Sims bodies too much, but I kind of feel like she would be a little bit thicker. Like she wants to kind of be a swimmer. So I don't mind her being not the thinnest, but not the thickest. I don't know. I feel like she would be muscular, so like maybe shrink her stomach, but give her like curves and broad shoulders. I feel like swimmers always have broad shoulders and like strong calves. Yeah, I kind of like that. Ooh, let's give her nails too. Ooh, what if we gave her these because they kind of look watery? For some reason, nails don't transfer over. Whenever you make a fairy sim, her nails do not transfer over. I think I chose the wrong swatch there. Hold on. Come back. It was these nails. Was it the swatch? No, I chose these swatch. That's better. All right. But let's go ahead and give her some shoes. I know I've been giving a lot of them sandals. Maybe we'll go with flats. I mean, these are kind of fairy-esque. They are base game, but I feel like they're fairy-esque. So we could go with that. And honestly, I feel like she would have bracelets. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think the green leafy bracelets is exactly the vibe, but maybe let's turn on blue and just see what we have for blue bracelets. Maybe that's the vibe. We could do this bracelet on this side and this bracelet on this side. I feel like, okay, this is gonna be weird because she's a teenager. What if she had a leg tattoo? Maybe she has like the dolphin tattoo because she feels so attached to the water. I feel like she would have a tattoo. I just feel like her legs need something and a tattoo ties in. And maybe she's like a little bit rebellious and she's like, oh, I'm gonna go get a tattoo to rebel from my mom because I'm a teenager. I don't know. I kind of like the idea that she went to the beach maybe during the cold winter and she couldn't like get in the water, so she got a tattoo instead. I don't know. But this is Sapphire in her fairy form. Very cute, very beachy. Kind of love it. And then this is her in her regular form. And one last child to go, and that is going to be our purple themed fairy, which is Kunzite, which is a very interesting name, but I think this is going to be a very interesting sim, so I'm willing to go with it. So Kunzite is kind of like his golden yellow brother in the way that he wants to be well known and loved by people, but not in like a celebrity status, paparazzi following him around famous type of way, but like the leader of a club that people look up to and they're like, oh, that's the cool guy here. So that's kind of his vibe. So I gave him the leader of the pack aspiration. He is a bro, but secretly he is paranoid. He's paranoid that everyone hates him. And that is his downfall. And I just thought it was appropriate because the paranoid little icon is purple. I don't know. I thought it was fitting. But this is his base that we have to start out with. So let's go ahead and take off these farm clothes and get him into a more fairy look. Now, honestly, again, I don't mind his body. I honestly think he could honestly be a little less muscular. Maybe he can have like broad arms, like strong arms, but like kind of like a soft body. I kind of like that for his vibe. I like his hair. Like I really like his hair with his facial features, but do we go with purple hair? Maybe we go with black eyebrows since his original hair was black. I mean, these are pretty distinctive if we like draw them out to be as long as we can get them to be and like tilt them down. And honestly, I really like his face. His lips could use a little bit of adjusting. Honestly, I'm just gonna kind of randomize through lips till I find one I like. And those are kind of cute. If I like draw up I like his like very wide jawline, but maybe we like shrink the chin size up a little bit to go with those lips. I know, I feel like that's cute. I know I haven't even picked out his skin tone yet, but I want to give at least one fairy these eyes. And I know these are like the Grim Reaper eyes, and we have purple eyes. Like these eyes fit perfectly with his hair. These are really cute. These are gorgeous. But I feel like I need to use these eyes with fairies at least once. They were the Grim Reaper event reward eyes, but they fit so well with fairies. And then he can have like a really, apparently I'm doing his makeup first before I even pick out his skin tone. But I want him to have like really shiny skin. So maybe we can do like a super bright contour. Maybe, do we do like the pinkish tone? Or I kind of want to do like the pinkish tone because I want to change his skin to not purple. Can his skin only be purple in fairy form? Wait, hold on. Actually, that's a genuine question. If I were to change his skin to purple in his fairy form, would it go over to his other form? That's not the look we're going for. Okay, it did transfer over to his other skin. I don't know why you have to choose the fairy color skin in the fairy category if it's just going to transfer over to the regular category. I don't know. But I saw like him have purple toned skin. So like a cool tone dark skin. Not like black. But maybe like this. Like a super dark brownish purple-ish skin. I kind of like this. I feel like that really makes his eyes and his hair really pop. I don't know. I really like that. And then he can have like the big fairy ears. Like I feel like he would have like super big fairy ears. I don't know what to do as far as hair though. Wait, this is an idea. It's still long. I like him having long hair, but like the braids are kind of cute, and we haven't done braids on one of these Sims yet. And this purple kind of fits his eyes like perfectly. I think this is what we're going to go with. Oh, this is a pretty Sim. Wait, this is actually a really pretty Sim. Hold up. What if we gave him like some kind of purple earrings. We haven't used these little clover earrings yet. That would be kind of cute. So let's go ahead, before we pick out his outfit, pick out his wings. So I feel like he has to have big, fabulous wings. I wouldn't even mind him having like dragon-themed wings. They already have a purple base. We could change both the bases to purple and then change the colors to have like purple vibes. He's gonna be a fabulous dragon fairy. That's the vibe we're going with him. And honestly, I feel like he would have the glowing tattoos. Like, I feel like he has to have the purple glowing tattoos. And honestly, these tattoos are kind of making me want to shrink his stomach, though. Maybe we just shrink his stomach a little bit. He can still be thicker, but I feel like he would at least, if he can't have the glowing tattoos, he would at least have the tattoos in the normal colors to match. Now, there isn't a pure purple, but I'm trying not to include blue in his outfit, but I think that's the only way we're going to get the purple tattoos on his regular form. So we have that. All right, let's go back into his fairy form, because his fairy... Oh my god. Can you stop putting on the shoes? Can you stop? All right. Oh, the tattoos changed when I went back into his fairy form. No, I want the glowing tattoos. I want the glowing tattoos in your fairy form. I feel like, I guess I didn't break the chain, but still, I guess I can break the chain just long enough to make sure the glowing tattoos are there. Is the face tattoos too much? Is the face tattoos too much for a teenage sim? Maybe that just comes in his fairy form, not his regular form, just his fairy form. Alright, now we can figure out his outfit. And honestly, let's just look to see if the outfits from Enchanted by Nature would work. We also have this fancy vibe. I mean, he wants to be the leader of a pack. We could go with the fancy fairy shirt. Do the pants work with it? I mean, obviously the pants work with it, but what if we have like, can we find purple boots that are like a lighter purple to kind of tie it in all together? Honestly, I don't mind that. What about, do we have like gloves that are purple? I don't know if we do. Wait, hold on. Purple gloves. I mean, there's the fairy ones. That would add an accent. Do we have light purple nails? Ooh, we do have light purple nails. Those are pretty. Let's give those in his outfits. Now, did his accessories transfer over to his non-fairy form? Did on his face. His gloves did, but his nails did not. So let's go back into nails and give him these. I really like that for him. All right, so that's Kunsight, and this is him in his fairy form. The tattoos changed when I went back into his fairy form. Why do they keep changing? This is him in his fairy form, and this is him in his regular form. And we'll see if the tattoos stick now. But last but not least, we have our mother sim, the rainbow sim of them all, Ray Prism Fae. So obviously she has the fairy aspirations and she's like our main sim here, but she is family oriented. I mean, she adopted all of these kids, so obviously she is cheerful and she's also mystical. I thought those were very fitting traits for a rainbow fairy. We're gonna go full out rainbow here. Before we even adjust her face, which I will be adjusting, I'm giving her the rainbow hair. She's getting the rainbow hair. I could also give her like the pastel rainbow hair. This is the pastel rainbow. But I feel like she would have bright rainbow energy. But I do feel like maybe her eyebrows would be blue and her skin, we have to go in her fairy form for this. Her skin would be purple. And there's a couple different purple swatches that we have with the fairies. Maybe we do like blue skin and purple eyes. I know, I like the purple skin though. But I like the blue. Okay, hold on. Let me see how she looks with the purple eyes. Oh, yeah, the blue with the purple eyes honestly is kind of a look. But we already have, well, her skin is like light blue, not dark blue. Let me go ahead and adjust her face because her face is going to bother me. And the wings I'm looking forward to doing like kind of just as a big project. So let me do her eyebrows real quick. I feel like she would have skinny but defined eyebrows. I kind of like the higher up eyebrows on her, honestly, though. Like, her having higher up eyebrows kind of is a move. Like, even these could be a little bit higher up. Could do green eyebrows. I'm just trying to make her very colorful. So I feel like having blue eyebrows and blue skin is too much. Maybe green eyebrows. This is going to be a hella colorful skin. Alright, and I wanted to give her these ears. I think these ears are really cute on her. Don't like her lips. I'm going to just randomize her lips until I find one I like. And this is kind of cute. I feel like she's cheerful though, so she needs to smile more. Smile. Smile. Oh my goodness, I just sounded like freaking the Wicked Witch of the West. Okay, well, we have that. I feel like she'd have a very petite nose. Like, very teeny tiny little button nose. So let's go with something along those lines. Oh my god, that nose kind of makes her look like a Smurf. Smurf is not what I was going for, but you know, it happens. Let me go ahead and do her makeup. We have this, which I have been using this hair and this eyeshadow together a lot before, but we're going for a rainbow vibe. I feel like we have to. I also feel like we have to give her colorful eyelashes, so we can give her that. Maybe she has like this galaxy makeup. She can have like white stars or gold. Yeah, I kind of like the gold. Let's give her some lipstick. I do actually like the red. I think we're going to go with the red. And maybe we even tie in a red earring. These are also really cute and sparkly. I think I like these. And last, I think on her face, I might give her a little bit of blush, but I want it to be like something that almost contours her. This is kind of a purple vibe, which kind of adds to like the rainbow aura around her eyes with the galaxy makeup. Okay, I kind of like that. I kind of like that more than I thought I would. Okay, let's go with that. And then we'll do the wings, and then we'll come back and do the outfit. And kind of depending on the outfit, will depend if I give her a necklace or not. I'm thinking I might give her a necklace. I want to do the wings before I pick out her outfit. Now, this is going to be interesting because the rainbow hair goes right between the wings. But honestly, I think these wings work. I just want to make them more rainbow. Okay, let me figure out where all the colors are by giving them very different colors. So is this the outside? Okay, the outside I want to be red. And we're going to have it kind of just go in. The purple on the inside kind of works. So now I just got to figure out where all the rest of the colors are compared to everything. So this is kind of the next color next to the red. So this needs to be like an orange yellow. And then this, I guess, could be more green. That was the yellow. This needs to be the green. And then this needs to be blue. Alright, let's go into paint mode, because I feel like paint mode is going to help us here. So let's go into paint mode. And this is kind of a base for a wing, but let's go ahead. Maybe we add some more orange. Maybe go with a more dark orange. Okay, so these can kind of have, the red can kind of have like an orange vibe next to it. So it kind of blends in the red a little bit more. I don't know, I kind of like that. I kind of like it also going down more, like that. Okay, maybe we do the same on this lower half. I don't think I want the orange to hit where the circles are, so I'm trying really hard not to do that. So we're just going to customize them like this. There we go. And then before you get to the green circles, I want there to be like a yellow, like a very thin yellow layer. So let's go in on the orange and kind of do a yellow layer between the green orange. Honestly, the yellow going up in between the green circles is not the worst. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. All right, so that can go kind of fading into the green. The greens on the wings that are like there by default is kind of screwing with the yellow color. And honestly, maybe before we go into the green, I should add a little bit more red on the tips. Like, I feel like it needs to have a little bit more bright red on the tip. So let's go ahead and do that. It doesn't want to paint the tip very well. It doesn't want to show the tip very well. Maybe we do a more defined red. Okay, but we can do the tips like that. I think that's really cute. There we go. I want to hide that blue there, but it's not hiding very well. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, let's honestly add a little bit more of the darker green, maybe. Like, you can kind of like tie that in to the other side of the green dots, and it kind of goes from like the green that we have no choice of being in there to like a little bit of a darker green a little bit. I'm not doing the best job, but I think from far away it'll look cute. And now let's just go in with some dark blue and kind of, well, I guess the green should go all the way down here because all the other colors are. Something like that. That would be kind of cute. And then just go in and define this blue a little bit more on this part so we can kind of outline this blue. It already kind of has some purple in the middle, so I'm not mad about that. Oh, I didn't do the green on the bottom. Oopsies. Let's bring in the green then so we can kind of go around like we did with that and just make it a little bit of a darker green on the other side of those. Get that blue color back, something like that maybe. That's kind of cute. Don't love the fact that it clipped onto the top though, so let's bring this red back. Really, we just kind of need to tie in some purples. And we'll kind of center it. Honestly, the bluish purple that's on the wings naturally that we already have kind of tie in. We almost don't need to do the full thing purple. Maybe on the bottom it can be fully purple. I honestly kind of like that. You know, they're not as pretty as I hoped they would be, but I think for the wings they are the best I could do. Maybe it would help if we added, since she has some like yellow sparkles on her face, maybe it would help to add some like yellow sparkles all around her wings. I don't know. I feel like that's helping. We can maybe rotate them, shrink them, something like that. I like that. I think that's actually helping. Rotate them like this, bring them up here, and go through here maybe. Oh yeah, that helps. That helps. That 100% helps. I'm already liking this better. Okay. So we can do some along the edge here and maybe rotate this to where it's like that. Oh, that's better. That's 100% better. All right. And with that, I think that is our fairy wings. Now we need to pick out a fairy outfit. Oh yeah, I forgot the paint doesn't go over to the other side. Okay, I'm not redoing that paint. I'm sorry, it's just gonna have to be on the one side. Alright, but let's go ahead and perhaps, I want her to have a dress. I don't know if there's a dress in the pack though that gives rainbow vibes. Like, if there was one, I assume it would be this one. This is like pastel rainbow. I also kind of want mothery vibes, and that's not really mothery vibes. Like this is the main rainbow quote unquote outfit we have, but as you can see, it's not rainbow enough. You know, don't even think I knew that this particular dress had a rainbow swatch, but I kind of like it. I also really like this for a fairy vibe. Like a fairy mother, that kind of is honestly fitting. Like if we tie in the right necklace, let's look at necklaces. I don't think we have a rainbow necklace per se, but I can make a big clunky necklace work somehow. This is a fairy vibe. That is a fairy vibe. I kind of like it. You know, the gloves that come with the fairy pack would honestly kind of go with this really well. I want bright colors. I think pink is honestly the best. It's also purple. Maybe purple. But the pink kind of looks purple underneath that. I don't know. Maybe we'll go with that. I'm trying to tie in the pink glove. So I'm thinking a pink shoe wouldn't be the worst. I don't know. I kind of like this for like mom vibes. And then we could totally give her rainbow nails because we have plenty of options for rainbow nails. I just never can find them when I want to find them. So give me a minute to find them. Maybe these are, I think these are it. There we go. So we can go with those. Honestly, I'm kind of obsessed. Like, she looks kind of normal from the front, but then you go to the back and it's like, bam, rainbow ma'am. So let's see. I'm sure her nails didn't transfer over, but let's see if everything else did. Yeah, everything else but her nails transferred over. And honestly, the nails are needed. So let's go down here and put on the rainbow nails. And bam, boom, bam, that is our rainbow fairy ma'am. So this is our rainbow fairy in her normal form and her rainbow fairy form. And with that is our whole rainbow fairy family. So let's just do a quick recap. So we have our red fairy sim, Ruby, who was kind of like the evil, athletic, fancy rainbow fire sim. So let's go ahead and look at his A form. So this is him with his wings. I don't know. Very evil, sporty, demon, red fire vibes, which I love. And then we have our orange fairy sim, Amber, who kind of wants to fit in and be a regular team, but also has the aspiration of climbing Mount Komorebi. And she is also a cheerleader. So this is her regular form and then her fae form. Love that. Did her eyes change? Like, I know the shape of them changed. Okay, no, the color didn't change. I don't know. It's being so glitchy, I never know. And then we have our celebrity wannabe yellow sim. So this is his form. He is very golden, very yellow. He is romantic and socially awkward. And this is his everyday regular form. And then his fairy form. He is the one that has the most contorted face, but he's so cute. And then we have our green female kind of plantish themed sim, Emerald, who is jealous but a total plant fairy. So this is her everyday normal vibe, and then this is her and her fairy vibe. Super cute. And then we have our teal sim who just wants to be loved and find his soulmate, our teal sim, Topaz. So this is kind of his regular form. And then we have his fairy form, which honestly, I'm obsessed with his wings. His wings are gorgeous. And honestly, I think he's my favorite. And then we have the sim who inspired the whole gym inspiration, Sapphire, who just wants to be a mermaid and live at the beach. And this is her regular form with her dolphin tattoo, and then she has her fairy form with her little tiny wings. Obsessed. And then we have our purple sim, Kunsight. So this is Kunsight, and he is a fancy purple sim that wants to be the leader of a pack. I should have made him a dance machine instead of a bro. I could totally see him being a dance machine. But anyways, this is him in his regular form, and of course him in his fairy form with his glowing tattoos. And then the sim that was the inspiration to this all, the mother sim of all these children, our rainbow sim, Ray Prism Fae. And this is her in her regular wear, and then her bam boom bam, bright in your face, rainbow fairy form, ma'am. And that is all the Sims. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I feel like you guys knew eventually I would do something to do with a rainbow themed and fairies. I pretty much try to do anything rainbow themed if I can, especially during Pride Month, but throughout the whole year I'm always doing rainbow themed stuff. It's kind of one of my traits on this channel. So if you have any more ideas for something rainbow I haven't done yet, feel free to let me know. And like I said, sorry if the break-in videos is kind of annoying, but I also don't know how often I'm going to be able to record in this next week, just because there's going to be insurance people coming and looking at the damages on the house, and then people cutting up trees and construction being done on the house. So if my videos are a little bit more spread out than normal, I do apologize. It did take me a little bit to record this one, but that's just because everything kept going wrong. But I do have more fairy content for you guys planned. Like, there's still some gameplay review I want to do coming with the pack 2. I've been mainly in Kratos Sim. My next video is probably to do with the pack. It's probably going to be in build mode, but then I have some gameplay review coming as well as bringing back some series from the channel. I feel like I've mainly been doing review videos and Kratos Sim videos. I feel like I need to bring some gameplay back too. So we have some fairy gameplay, some non-fairy gameplay, and a fairy build coming up on the channel, and just like Enchanted by Nature content in general for probably honestly the next month or so. So if any of that interests you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm also going to be bringing back my Rainbow Legacy Challenge here in the next couple weeks, speaking of Rainbow. So if you haven't seen that, you might want to catch up on that, because that's a fun series, and when it comes back, you're not going to want to miss it if you like rainbow themed stuff. But I'm going to end this one here and stop trying to push my content on you guys. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that awesome stuff, because you guys are awesome people. I'll see you next time. All right, bye!